Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Eagan High School, to Wildcats Stadium, to the Section 3 Class 3A Girls Soccer Tournament. This is the Section 3 Girls Championship game. It features the Wildcats from Eagan High School and the Irish from Rosemount High School. For the Section Championship game, Eagan in the white uniforms is the visiting team. Rosemount in the blue uniforms is the home team for this championship game. The officials are leading the teams onto the field for the introductions. The officials for this section championship game, the center referee is Matt Edgar. The assistant referees are Tyler Dawson and Subel Sundeeb. The fourth official working the benches, and the scores table is Stephen Clark. And now, let's meet the teams for the Section 3 championship game. First, let's meet the visiting team for this game, the Eagan Wildcats. Starting with senior goalkeeper number 1, London Anderson. Midfield senior number 2, Captain Megan Carlson. Forward, senior number 3, Natalie Ward. Defense, senior number 5, Captain Sarah Brecklin. Midfield, senior number 6, Olivia Knoll. Defense, senior number 7, Greta Hackenmuller. Midfield, junior number 10, Maddie Hobbs. Defense, junior number 11, Yen Lee. Midfield, sophomore number 12, Mallory Jensen. Forward, junior number 13, Caitlin Matzik. Midfield, senior number 14, Ellery Bartels. Forward, sophomore number 15, Ella Logan. Defense, senior number 16, Captain Mara Ganji. Forward, senior number 17, Kate Riley. Defense, senior number 18, Reese Berglund. Forward, senior number 19, Captain Lauren Rockford. Forward, freshman number 20, Angelina Illyria Yin. Forward, sophomore number 21, Olivia Enning. Defense, senior number 22, Kirsten Lee. Defense, sophomore number 23, Kira Waldrop. Defense, freshman number 24, Kate Cron. Midfield, freshman number 25, Kylie Weisendonner. The Wildcats assistant coaches are Kerry James and Dylan Ron. The head coach of the Eagan Wildcats is Sherry Ekstrom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Section 3 championship game, the Eagan Wildcats. Now let's meet the home team for this section championship game, the Rosemount Irish. Starting with sophomore goalkeeper number 0, Emily Norwich. Junior goalkeeper number 1, Jordan Heck. Defense, senior number 2, Captain Joey Edgar. Midfield, sophomore number 3, Ava Thompson. Midfield, junior number 4, Taylor Heimerl. Midfield, junior number 5, Lisette Thurman. Midfield, senior number 6, Jenna Johnson. Forward, junior number 8, Jessica Oliver. Defense, junior number 9, Grace Bartlam. Midfield, junior number 10, Ryland Rintoul. Midfield, junior number 11, Ava Great. Defense, senior number 12, Captain Ashley Harrell. Defense, senior number 13, Captain Nora Garrett. Defense, junior number 14, Samantha Musing. Defense, junior number 15, Olivia Bowl. Forward, sophomore number 16, Sydney Gilbertson. Forward, sophomore number 18, Allison Robleski. Defense, sophomore number 20, Reagan Marks. Midfield, junior number 21, Logan Camille. Midfield, senior number 22, Ashley Fugit. Forward, junior number 23, Shay Payne. The Irish assistant coaches are Haley Lundquist and Anne-Marie Klein. The head coach of the Rosemount Irish is Gretchen Stramel. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Section 3 championship game, the Rosemount Irish. Now the Eagan Wildcats, led by their goalkeepers, are shaking the hands of the game officials and their opponents, the Rosemount Irish. And now the Rosemount Irish greet the game officials. Both teams will go to their benches. Good luck to the Eagan Wildcats and the Rosemount Irish.
This is Wildcat Stadium in Eagan, Minnesota. Tonight's event, the Minnesota Girls Varsity Section 3 AAA Section Championship game. The host team is the #1 seed Rosemount Irish against the visitors #2 seed, the Eagan Wildcats. My name is Skip Newton, and welcome here to Eagan, Minnesota. Another gorgeous night for soccer. What's on the line tonight? It's a trip to the state tournament, and I'm here with my broadcast partner, as always, Nathan Cron. Nathan, it's a big night. It's a big event. There's a huge crowd. The band is here. What are you expecting from these two teams tonight?
Well, in an environment like this, Skip, I'd like to say you take the records and you throw them out. You've got a rivalry game between two intra-district rivals, but the Rosemount Irish are a special team. The Rosemount Irish are a top 5 team in the state. It's going to be up to the Eagan Wildcats to match their level of play, to score goals when they have opportunities and play great defense. These Rosemount Irish, as we'll probably see tonight, have some really talented players, and those guys are going to put a lot of pressure on the Wildcats. Wildcats, on the other hand, have got to be careful. They've got to be smart. They've got to play it quick. They have to be very tenacious in their defense.
Yeah, you said it. Rosemount comes in as the #3 ranked team in the state of Minnesota with a record of 17-1. Their lone loss against Lakeville North, a 4-2 loss. More stats on the Irish: 85 goals this season, 5 against, and 16 shutouts in those 18 games. So in the one loss, they gave up 4 out of their 5 goals, only 1 other goal against the rest of the season. They're led by a slew of juniors. This is a junior-heavy roster. They've got Taylor Heimerall with 14 goals, 18 assists. Ava Great has 13 goals, 7 assists, and Oliver with 12 goals. A couple other girls also have double-digit goals. So the key for Eagan, as you stated, matching their intensity, but really doing whatever they can to keep Rosemount off the scoreboard and keep this game close, and then they need to pressure the ball at all times.
Nah, absolutely, and the Rosemount Irish, as we said, have at least two Division I commits on their team. Several Division III players are going to be playing soccer at the next level. Wildcats certainly have some talent, certainly are well coached, but so far this season have not been able to have rarely put together 80 minutes from start to finish that you and I have had a chance to see, that have said that 80 minutes is going to compete with Rosemount. But at the same time, it's the playoffs. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen. A quirky goal, a fluky goal, something like that can happen and give these Wildcats some spark. The longer it goes scoreless, the better it is for the Wildcats.
The two teams wearing dark blue and green numbers are the Rosemount Irish. The numbers are quite difficult to read from up here, so we apologize in advance if we don't get as many player names as we would like. Eagan wearing the road whites. For those of you wondering why are they the road team at Eagan Stadium, it's because they are the 2 seed, so the 1 seed gets the home field. And here's a quick chance by Rosemount, well defended by senior goalkeeper London Anderson. Wildcats able to control the rebound and get it out of harm's way, so an early scoring chance for the Irish. Not unexpected, just a minute and a half into play.
Now, Heimerall is on this side. She's one of those 2 Division I commits that we talked about.
Yeah, and she's the one throwing the ball in there for those watching at home with a big throw. That's Heimerall with the ball now, defended by Yen Lee. She takes her wide. She's going to cross with the left foot. She finds someone in the middle. That shot goes off a defender. It would have gone wide. Cleared out by the Wildcats.
Now, one thing the Wildcats are going to have to do when they have opportunities like that is that clearance has got to be made. They can't half hit it. They can't miss-hit it. It's got to be a firm clearance out of the penalty area or out of their defensive third so that they can have some have some confidence that no matter, even if there is a breakdown, even if somebody goes by somebody else, there's still an opportunity to get to that ball and clear it out.
Yeah, so what I would like to see is when that pass comes to the middle, if there's anybody inside the 18, they need to have a defender right on them tight. You cannot give these girls, these Irish girls, room to maneuver either at the middle of the field or certainly when they're down in scoring range, or they're going to make you pay. I mean, that's how they scored 85 goals this season, and that's just in 18 games. We're going to have our second foul in about 20 seconds here on the Wildcats. This will be a free kick just outside the penalty box from a bit of a sharp angle.
And that was a bit of a push from behind by Yen Lee, but that was also great play acting by Taylor Heimerall. She went down very, very easily. She looked to go to ground. It maybe is a foul, but it was pretty soft. And to be honest with you, I think going forward, I hope the referee's going to make sure that these girls earn their fouls tonight rather than giving away soft ones.
Well, and I think it's important for Eagan to play a physical game. You don't want to take penalties to give them good scoring chances like this one, but they need to let these Rosemount girls feel the pressure all game long, because if you give them space, then you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, Rosemount is far too good to not be physical. I agree, Skip.
Here's a shot on goal. Deflected out. Nice play by Kira Waldrop, sophomore defender for the Wildcats. Quick restart here by the Irish. Heimerall pulls that back. Left-footed cross. This one's deflected out of play. We're going to have our first corner kick of the night. Just 4 minutes in. The Irish set up with about 5 girls out near the 18, all close to the back post, but they play it short. Now they're going to do a shot. That one's deflected. Good defense. Cleared out by Eagan, and now they start their counterattack. Let's see what they can do while they have some numbers here. They need to recover quick because Rosemount is hustling back, and here's a long ball. Unfortunately, played right to the Rosemount defense. They're going to punch it up and in. That's a shot where I would have liked to have seen that the ball played deep to the middle. We had a streaking girl right down the middle of the field there.
Yeah, it just wasn't the right decision that time. I mean, the execution, it's hard to say if the execution probably didn't come quite off the way Jensen would have liked, but yeah, you're right. Going to the middle there instead of to the outside probably was the right call.
And I think those are the opportunities that Eagan's going to need to seize here. I mean, I'm expecting that the ball will be the majority of the time down in the Eagan defensive half, but there will be opportunities to counterattack, and Eagan needs to take advantage of those. And here's one here where they've got a 3-on-1, at least to break it out. Now there's a chance to shoot if they can get one off quickly. That's blocked. Good defense coming back. Here's a negative pass. Unable to shoot. Here's a long, that's a really difficult volley, but I like the aggressiveness and the attitude there. I believe that was Mara Ganji up from her holding midfielder position. So nice little counter there by Eagan to get it down deep.
Fine negative pass that time by Ella Logan. Back to Kate Riley. Unfortunately, Kate just not a natural left-footed player. Couldn't quite get off quickly the kind of shot she wanted. But I like the Eagan Wildcats opportunity. If they do that 10 times, they're going to get some shots on net.
Here's one where you need Eagan to pressure, not get beat off the dribble. Good hustle back by Waldrop. Rosemount's got forwards. There's the girls in offsides position. They call it. It's saved, but that's going to be an offside. No shot, no save. It was a good one. Of course, the fans reacting to the high-quality play. A great save by Anderson.
And I think already early in this game, you're seeing Rosemount's athleticism, their ball skills, certainly on display here so far. Wildcats have got to close that down, though. They've got an opportunity. I thought that might have been off the blue, but Wildcats have an opportunity, but they've got to keep closing down. And success is going to be when the Rosemount player touches the ball, how fast is a white jersey next to her?
Yes, I would agree wholeheartedly. And can they, if Rosemount has control, prevent them from getting behind them with the dribble? Make them pass the ball. There's a great long ball by Heimerall. Clearly crossing fields all the way across. Well played. This is a situation where you need the defender to not allow penetration. Oh, a great save there by London Anderson. She had a Rosemount Irish forward right behind her, ready to tap that one in for the go-ahead goal.
It was Garrett on the outside receiving Heimerall's cross pass, and that just looks so easy. I mean, it's, to be honest with you, from the booth up here, it's really beautiful. I mean, that's the reason they call soccer football the beautiful game, but that was just beautiful, and it was just too easy that time for the Rosemount Irish.
The back line for the Wildcats. The Lee's on the outside as usual. Kirsten Lee there over on the left. She's going up to play this one. She does, unfortunately can't win that one. You've got Yen Lee on the near side, number 11. And then the middle defenders, Kira Waldrop and Sarah Brecken. Here's a long shot, and it's up and in. Off, it looks like it went off the pipe and then off the back of London Anderson, and a nearly impossible shot to save. It's so difficult as it was just as high as the pipe. Rosemount strikes early here, just 7.5 minutes into the game with a cannon from about 35 to 40 yards out, I think. An excellent shot by the Irish to take a 1-0 lead.
No, it's an absolute thunder shot. I mean, an absolutely beautiful ball. Anderson has to climb the ladder to get it, just couldn't get high enough. But the Wildcats, I mean, again, what were we talking about just a few minutes ago? How fast can a white jersey get on a blue jersey? That time she had the time to get ready, to set the ball up, to size it up, and she put it home.
And those are the kinds of shots that if the situation presents itself for Eagan, they need to be free to take those shots. It's okay to fire it from 30 to 35 yards out, especially if they're one of the defenders coming in up and they can get a good leg on it.
Credit goes to Great for the goal, Ritul for the assist in the 8th minute. And one thing that Wildcats have got to do is they've got to protect this ball. There's a turnover, again, by the Wildcats. Lucky that it goes out of bounds that time off of Rosemount, but Wildcats have got to protect the ball. I mean, a couple of times they've turned the ball over here already early in the first half.
So that's number 11 for the Irish. Junior midfielder Ava with a great shot. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Yes, you will be here all night. I bet they've never heard that before.
No, I'm sure I'm the first one. Well, given the fact that that's her 14th goal, I'm probably not. Here's a great speed move by Heimerl. She's got a couple of girls in the middle. They're defended by Eagan, so Waldrop and Yen Lee trying to keep her to the outside, and there's a pass. Can't get a shot off, but they are breaking it down with passes. Here's another long shot by the Irish. This one goes up and over. Be a goal kick for the Wildcats. So the Irish showing that they're not afraid to shoot the ball from a good anywhere inside of 30 yards.
Well, and these shots are unmolested, aren't they, Skip? I mean, there's an opportunity for them to step into the ball and hit a good driven ball. It's not like they're snap turning and firing off balance. They're stepping into the ball, and right now the Wildcats getting beaten to the outside.
Well, there was another great scoring opportunity there. A fantastic speed move down the far touchline, and then she passed it back. So often you see girls, they try to fire that one straight across. It ends up going either out of play or it goes straight into the goalkeeper's hands. She just laid it back, and not only laid it back, but laid it back on the ground. A perfect pass. Fortunately, it was deflected by the Wildcats out of play, but it will be the second corner kick for the Irish. This one's going to go in close to goal. Well seized there by London Anderson. Extremely reliable hands. As always, starting again for Eagan, the senior goalkeeper. 2 consecutive seasons where she has started every game. Eagan sends that one long after trying to get around the center referee there. Irish play that one out. No one's home but Eagan White. Unfortunately, a pass errantly into the middle. Now Rosemount controls, looking to mount another attack. Kirsten Lee has it. Eagan able to regroup here. Back to Breckland. Eagan playing the short, long game. They get it up to, I believe it's Ella Logan on the far side. She got one girl tight on her, can't get by her. Now they both go down in a heap, and we got looks like a trip called on. Again, I believe that's Ella Logan. It's a long ways away from us up here in the booth. So unfortunately, another free kick for Rosemount.
And of course, it stops the potential of a Wildcat attack. Rosemount has 3 at the back with a sweeper. So Bowl, number 15, is a sweeper here for the Irish, unlike the 4-back, the flat 4 that the Wildcats have. And so you'd like to think that there would be opportunities around the sides against these Irish, but their record this year suggests otherwise.
Well, and one of the things that deep sweeper does is it makes it really difficult to go up and over the top. So when you play that long ball, there's 3 girls that are a solid 5 yards in front of her, and oftentimes they're the ones making that play, and that sweeper just steps back even deeper to back them up. And if you do get a hold of one, you feel like you get it over that line, and there's the sweeper to make the play and head it out. So like you said, the open space is really over the top of the outside defenders.
That's right.
Down into the corners.
That's right, Skip. That's right. Handball here on the handball violation on the Irish. Well, the Wildcats will have a kick from just over the midline.
This is one where Waldrop would love to drop this thing right in about the 18 if she can get enough on it, and of course she does while she just blasts that thing. Eagan trying to win it and keep it in there. They can't, but Breckland's going to hustle up and get it over to Yen Lee. Good pressure there by Rosemount, but Eagan able to at least control it and punch it back down the field. Now we got a one-on-one situation here. Ella Logan using her speed to try and catch up, but didn't have the advantage of being the closest person to the ball when she started. A good hustle play, though. If she doesn't get there faster, then Rosemount can just settle that ball and start a counterattack. In this case, she at least forced a ball out of bounds and can get the throw in.
No, a good play by Logan that time. Smart play, good play by her to force the throw. I think that's the kind of thing that the Wildcats are going to have to do. They find themselves down early, 1-0 early. They're going to have to do something to kind of, get their mojo back. And right now, need something here to change the momentum.
Yeah, if they could just get a couple of shots, like from here, I wouldn't have any problem. Now, this is something where you'd like to see that result in a touchdown and a shot on goal, something to get some pressure on. Of course, we haven't talked about the goalkeeper yet, Jordan Hecht, another junior for the Irish, but a fantastic goalkeeper. She played last season as well as a sophomore. She's back here. I honestly don't know the future of Jordan Hecht, but I would not be surprised if she was one of the girls that goes on and plays at the next level. She is a fantastic goalkeeper.
Wildcats have made a few substitutions here on that last throw-in, or 2 throw-ins ago.
Ball finds itself to Ella Logan. Now she plays it down in the corner. That's what we're looking for. Racing forward is the Wildcats. Let's see if they can get there and force a corner kick. I believe they do. Yes, well played. Lauren Rockford, senior captain. She has the speed, has the physicality to maybe make something happen with that. And here she plays it well off the defender, off a great ball down into the corner to that open space that we were talking about before. Let's see what the Wildcats can do with their first corner of the game. Of course, Mara Ganji has at least a couple goals this season already off corner kicks. And unfortunately, Lauren put that one off the football upright. Looked like she might have been a little too much of an angle to start that. She kind of set herself up. Her body wasn't pointed the direction you need to be. I think the Wildcats got caught in a line they wouldn't normally like. Usually you'd love to see Kate Riley take those corners. She does such a good job of it.
Yeah, Kate Riley had just been substituted off from her midfield position, and that was one of the girls who left.
A rare unforced error by Heimerall. Touch gets out of play. Oh, here's one that gets over the head. Unfortunately, Logan was blocked off from making a run towards the ball. Hecht with a easy pickup, and now she's going to let one loose. This punt's going to go past midfield. Bartels with the header. Now Ganji steps up, tips it to the outside. Well done. So there's a situation where Eagan got the ball. They had about 4 yards of space. She starts to turn up field, and immediately Rosemount comes from behind and pressures. That's the kind of pressure we're looking for from the Wildcats. Just do not let them have space with the ball. You got to be on them right away. Oh, nice touch pass to the outside. It's a race into the middle. She cuts it through. Now she gives a perfect through ball. Heimerall chases it down. Kate Cron there to defend. Well played. and I believe it went out of bounds.
Yeah, it'll go out of bounds for a goal kick. I'd like to see Lyndon Anderson come off her line a little more aggressively there. That ball, it was there for her, and she started to come out and then went back into her net. Her first instinct probably was the better of the two. Go for it. Go get that ball.
Yeah, I think when you play against a team that scored now 86 goals in 18 games and 18 minutes almost, you need to be aggressive as a goalkeeper. Generally speaking, I think that's the way to go. But yeah, come out and be aggressive. If they poke one by you, then so what? I mean, it happens. But make a play. Huge throw by Cron. Tapped by the Wildcats. Ganji can't quite get there now. Racing up is wall drop, nicely done. She punches it into open space. Rosemount's going to get there first, but it goes straight to Eagan. This is a shot for Eagan. Potentially, they do. They take one. It goes off the defense, right back to the Wildcats. Eagan looking to cross. They do. Defended out by Rosemount. Controlled by Eagan. They're going to put one up high. Nice play there by Heck to catch it, but what I'd like to see there, as Eagan was following that ball, Lauren Rockford was right there in case, for some reason, Heck can't make that catch. And that's the kind of play you have to make. You get that rebound, and that's a tap-in.
I think Lauren Rockford was sniffing a goal there, Skip Newton. I think she said, "Hey, wait a minute. You know, maybe this is an opportunity for us." She wasn't going to give up on it. Senior captain, that's what you expect from your senior captain.
The intensity from both teams has been absolutely requisite of the importance of the match tonight. I mean, they are giving everything they've got. You've seen a lot of hustle. Of course, the fans are here, and they're into it. We've got the Eagan student body, trying to do mostly all white. You've got the Rosemount wearing their dark navy blue or black. It's just a great atmosphere for soccer here, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to have another throw-in for Cron. She's going to throw it right in the box. Unfortunately, Rosemount wins it. But fortunately, Cron's going to get her about fourth consecutive throw-in as they just keep inching it down the field.
Wildcats have got to move. They've got to move around for her.
Oh, here's a flick. There's an opportunity. Unfortunately, it was up at the knees. A near impossible volley. Here's Hobbs. She's harassed from behind. No call. That one could have been called. It threw her off a little bit. I would have liked to have seen that one made. Nice move here in the middle. Give and go pass. Now here's a touchdown to Heimerall. They're off to the races. Brecklin trying to keep her to the outside. She tries to make a move and loses it. Good delay defense there by Brecklin.
Nice job by Brecklin. Nice job by handball.
Wow.
Massive handball there for
almost
Rosemount.
looked like she was going to catch it.
I understand that the high school rules are slightly different than the IFAB rules regarding handling, but it relates to intent. But to be honest with you, when your hands are near your face and the ball hits your hands, I think that's a call.
Right.
You just got to call that.
I mean, excuse me, the problem with the whole intent thing is I could make an argument that 99% of handballs, they don't intend to hand the ball.
Of course. That's exactly my point. And I actually quizzed a senior crew after one of the Eagan boys games to ask them about a handball call that they had made, because I was curious. Being a referee myself, I was curious as to how the call got made, and he walked me through it, and it was the right call. I didn't dispute that it was the right call. I just wanted to understand how it hit the lower hand. He was sliding on the ground, hit the lower hand, and that's usually considered part of the body on the ground because you have to be able to brace yourself, and it's not a handling offense under the IFAB rules. But of course, the intent is part of the high school rule. And of course, if you can figure out the intent of any of these players to doing anything right now, good luck, right?
Yeah, exactly. Good explanation there of the rules, while pretty much nothing was happening on the field.
Well, we aim to keep you entertained, or at least mildly entertained.
Rosemount with a throw down and around the football 20. Playing the three-man game all of a sudden, so there's that space we talked about. Just a little too much. I think they've already proven they can score from that distance. I don't like that much space. I would like to see a little more, just a little closer. So when that ball is passed in, you're right there. You don't have to win it, but make her feel your presence. On the long ball, perfectly defended by the Irish. Eagan checks back nicely to win it. Well played. Quick cross in the middle. Oh, if that gets through, it was a one-on-one situation. Here's Awning into the game. Olivia Awning, good step up there. She had one touch to try and get past a defender to get a shot. Unfortunately, unable to execute. Rosemount clears to midfield. And we've got a timeout. Oh, for an injury. Excuse me, I did not see that. Back in the Rosemount end.
Yeah, that's number 15, Olivia Bowl. That's their sweeper. I think there was a collision, something of a collision there between her and Enning. I think it was Enning. But right now the Wildcats, again, just under 18 minutes here to play in the first half. They're down 1-0. They have an opportunity here if they can end this first half down a goal. I think that's I want to say a win for them, but that's holding even. It's keeping them in the game.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I said it keeps them in the game when you're within one goal, because then anything can happen. Obviously, the tying goal would be even better.
Yes.
But I think I'm more excited, or at least encouraged by how they're playing. I think the Wildcats have definitely stepped up their play tonight, and they have to. I mean, they're playing the number 3 team in the state, so they need to pick up the intensity, and that's what playoff soccer is all about. Again, for those of you just joining us, we're in a bit of a injury timeout. Hopefully not too bad. It looks like she's being helped off, but putting most weight on her own power. But the Irish jumped out to a 1-0 lead. That is the current score on a beautiful shot from about 30 yards out. Ava Great, her 14th goal of the season, just off the crossbar and then bounced off the back of London Anderson. I mean, just a near impossible play for a keeper. She tried to punch it so it would go over and couldn't quite get up on it. And unfortunately, the ball bounced off. Now we're back to live action here as the Wildcats are going to throw it down into the corner, trying to win this one there. They head it into the box, but this one's going to go probably out of play. Doesn't look like Wildcats could get there in time. Rockford was in the vicinity.
One of the things to keep in mind, I think, is do the Irish, well, which team looks like it has more players on the field? Which team's players are running more, going faster, doing what needs to be done, getting to places defensively? And if all you see are blue jerseys, then the Wildcats have a big problem. If however, you see an equal number of white jerseys and blue jerseys, that's a victory for the Wildcats. Now Cron's got to put this in the 6. They should be packing the box right now.
And I would love to see somebody on the far post looking for something that gets flicked over the head and an opportunity for a shot like that right there. Actually flicked it too close to the goal. I don't think anybody could have possibly, maybe that would have been a heck of an anticipation play, but that is exactly the kind of play we were looking for, right? I mean,
that's right.
A perfect throw, a perfect flick header over the top. This punt gets over the head of Ganji, but wall drop was there. Now some battle at midfield. Awning goes down, no call. Rosemount has possession, defended by Kirsten Lee. Nice stretch to tap that away, well played.
To her credit, Bartels was there, was close. I think if she had started moving before the throw was taken and was moving in towards the goal, she might have risked being offsides, but she might have had a chance to get ahead to that.
A rare misplay there by the defense here. There's a quick throw, and there's an opportunity. Unfortunately, Rosemount recovered. It looked like for a second there the Wildcats might be able to break into the center, and we're going to have either a push or a hold right around the football 35. Call it the 40. So Rosemount really pushing up their back line, forcing Eagan to chip this over the top, which they would do anyway. Not quite as much on that as you would like. Eagan gets the throw in on the far side.
Well, this combination of players for Coach Ekstrom here on the Wildcat side, it seems to be doing a pretty good job still can be a little bit quicker to the defensive, to the defensive assignments, but there's been a little less room, I think, for the Irish here in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, I personally am enjoying the fact that I have to look out the window to my right in order to watch the play instead of the window to my left or directly in front of me. Because the right window means I'm looking at the Rosemount goal.
That was another. I don't understand. I'm gonna have to go. I don't get it. It was clearly that was clearly handled by a Rosemount player, and yet, I get the ball comes in and it rolls off her hand, and she's not like reaching for it, but it's either a handling offense or it's not. And I thought the whole point of the handling rule was to eliminate things like, is it handling or not? Just if it touches the hand below the armpit, it's handling. Unless it's shot right at somebody, which maybe it was. Referee had a better look than we did, but looks strange from up here.
Hecht with another booming punt. That landed about the 35, and she took that from the 18, which is the football 8.
Good step by Lee there.
So a 57-yard punt by Hecht.
There's an example where Bartels has the ball and I thought there could be a foul there on the Wildcats, but Bartels had the ball but then turned it over. The Wildcats get it back.
Here's an opportunity if Rockford can get there in time. She does. She's got to go right in the middle. She sees her. Speed dribbling down the touchline all the way to the end. Slide perfectly played, but not quite perfect enough as she kicked it out the end line. I thought that was going to be a throw-in. So another corner opportunity for the Wildcats. The first one went off the football upright. This one, Kate Riley is in the game. She will be taking this one, looking to drop it at least 6 yards away from the net. She doesn't want to get it too close to Hecht. She gets it way out there, headed out by the defense. Eagan, unfortunately, not able to win that ball as it came out. Here's Waldrop. She's going to settle and then punch it right back in. She does. Gets a little too much of it.
I'm going to give credit to senior captain Nora Garrett for the Irish on that last sequence. Rockford had her beat to the outside, but Garrett did a nice job sliding, taking away the cross, conceding the corner certainly, but doing a nice job of taking away the cross and breaking up that opportunity for the Wildcats.
Hecht with a goal kick to midfield. Eagan controls are going to pass over to space. Looks similar to the last play where Rockford trying to win that one. Easily played out by the Rosemount defender. Kate Cron's going to have a big throw. She goes all the way into the box. Rosemount's the only one there. Ganji heads this one back in. Here's Riley. She's going to spin with the left foot. Shot blocked. Bartels trying to get to that ball first. Rosemount plays it out of harm's way. So more play down in the Rosemount end here the last 10 minutes. Encouraging. Would love to see the equalizer. But like you said before, if the game continues to be played like this and it's a one-goal game, then that's not the worst thing in the world. But what we need to avoid is the multi-score deficit. That can be really hard to come back from, especially against a team that's given up goals in only 2 games this season thus far.
Well, the Irish, to credit to the Irish, they're not conceding chances. I mean, the Wildcats' best scoring opportunities really have been off of the last corner and maybe one other shot they've taken. We really don't have too many. We only really have one shot from them on net, and so there needs to be better. There need to be more shots. It's simple as that.
Here's a play by Awning. I thought she had won that throw-in, but the AR disagrees with my assessment on the call. Throw tapped perfectly into the middle, and now Rosemount's got numbers. They're going to go deep. Well played there by Yen Lee. If that ball gets by her, it's major trouble. This clearing attempt does not succeed by Brecklin. That one's deflected out by a Rosemount midfielder. Can't quite catch that jersey number.
As commentators, we could, and just to show you, for anybody watching from on the YouTube channel or ETV that doesn't normally watch us, we really like it when teams have jerseys and numbers that contrast.
Yeah, we like to be able to see.
And the Wildcat girls, their home jerseys are green with blue numbers, and that's not very helpful to us either. Eastview Lightning have white on white. Rosemount's got navy on green on navy. Whew, it's a bit rough. But we soldier on.
Couple of throw-ins here for the Wildcats. Rosemount controlling. Pass it to mid. Oh, a bad pass by Rosemount is intercepted by the Wildcats. Unfortunately given right back by Eagan. This one's trickling down the line. Finally goes out in front of the Wildcat bench.
It's going to be hard to do, but the Wildcats have got to put together 5 or 6 passes, Skip. They've got to put together 5 or 6 good passes in the midfield and take an opportunity to move the ball down and give themselves an opportunity.
Well, and the one thing that I would like to see happen, and here's a trip at midfield. One thing I would like to see happen is when we have been able to get a rush and a counterattack, it's when we've played the ball to open space, like away from where everything's been at. So there was an opportunity where instead of going straight up the field, play it over to the near side here, where you can use your speed to maybe win a ball. We saw Lauren Rockford do it earlier where she won the ball and went all the way down the sidelines to force a corner kick. Ella Logan's got speed. She can make that run too, so that's what I would have liked there instead of punching it right back up the middle. Here's a long kick. Well played by Eagan. Unfortunately, Rosemount wins this one. They're trying to set up a shot. Nice defense from behind there. I think that was Enning. Yes, well done by Olivia, coming back aggressively. You don't always need to win the ball, but if you pressure, then they can't get the shot off. That's exactly what she did. Cron's going to play this one with a big boot down the near touch, headed by Rosemount twice. Heimerall breaks into the middle, passes it up to her teammate. I think that was great. Here's another opportunity maybe from distance to shoot. Instead, they play it outside. Yen Lee defending, cuts back in the box, still maintains possession as Rosemount. Yen Lee's harassing her over there, not letting her cross except for that one, which is played out by Brecklin. Rosemount heads it right back in. Trouble for Eagan, but this one's going to trickle into London Anderson. So well defended by the Wildcats, not giving up a shot.
And it was the kind of sequence, you like to see if you're a Wildcat supporter. A Rosemount supporter, you're okay with this too, because right now the Irish are still playing well. They're still creating offensive chances. Yeah,
they're definitely both teams playing really well. So I think you can make an argument both teams feeling pretty good about the game. Maybe if Rosemount hadn't scored, I could see them feeling frustrated, but the goal makes it a lot easier to accept what's going on the pitch. Rosemount controlling this, looking for a shot. Heimerall will take it. It's a blast. Fortunately, right at London Anderson. She only had to move about a step to her left, but a quick, hard shot by Heimerall. She got that off in a hurry.
And Heimerall had a header opportunity there and was marked up very well by Cron at the back post. And that's the kind of thing, as a young defender, you like to see young defenders not ball watching. She's, for Cron, she was able to figure out, okay, there's Heimerall's right behind me. I need to mark her up instead of watching the ball and losing her mark.
And when they're, tight in like that, you can't be 2 yards away from them and say, I've got her marked. You got to be right in on her or you're in trouble. And here's another break by Rosemount. Brecklin's able to tip that through ball away. If that gets through, it's a perfect scoring opportunity for the Irish. Speed dribble here by the Wildcats. Well played by Hobbs. She's taken down from behind. Easy call. Good speed move around the one girl. Then when she cut to the middle, she cut right in front of the other girl. And
that was nicely done by Hobbs. Very nicely done. And lucky there, and I didn't pick up the number, honestly, Skip, but lucky there that wasn't a bookable offense. That definitely broke up a promising attack for the Wildcats.
Here's Waldrop once again. Big high kick, nicely done. It's in. There's a header attempt by Ganji. Oh, if she could have gotten a piece of that. Hecht had come off her line. She was a good solid 6-7 yards out. If you can head that up and over the top, it could have gone in. Easily the best scoring chance for the Wildcats today. Ganji just couldn't quite get ahead on it. And now right back on the attack is Rosemount. Sidestepping that defender, a through ball Well played. Got to stay in front of her. Can't let her shoot. Good spin move. Here's a shot to the far post, wide. Boy, Taylor Heimerall is fun to watch. I mean,
yeah.
She just creates and creates
Yes.
all game long.
No, she's an excellent player, and if I'm honest, that's why I'm really enjoying the matchup between her and Cron, because they're, you know, Cron's big and tall and fast, just like Heimerl, and you know, watching the two of them go at it is actually a lot of fun for you know, just as a commentator and as a fan.
It says a lot about the team and Ekstrom to put in, you know, a freshman, you know, in this important situation against, you know, one of the best players in the state.
Oh, she's an all-state player.
Yeah, and it's just, yeah, like you said, it is really fun to watch the two of them, you know, battle, and we'll see how that plays out. And, you know, Cron, a freshman, Heimerall, a junior, so we'll get to see it again next season. So Kirsten Lee coming back in for the aforementioned Cron, and then she takes her customary spot on the left backside. Yen Lee rotates back over to the right side, the near side. Eagan can't play that down the line. We're going to have a Rosemount throw. Right now, Eagan's got the defense set up well. Everybody's marked. Let's see if they can win possession here. They get the throw in.
I'd like to see Eagan go quick here. They've got some numbers if they go quick.
Flick attempt goes into the scorer's table right at midfield. Play maintains the far side. Wow, a big throw by Rosemount. That's something to watch, because that was a cannon down the touchline. We're down to the final 2 minutes, 45 seconds of this half. It's been a good one here at Wildcat Stadium. Section 3 AAA championship game. The winner getting to advance to the state tournament.
I like that clearance by the Wildcats. That was solid. I mean, that was solid and firm and definitely well out of the penalty area. And there's another one. That's, you know, when in doubt, play it out.
Yep, and these are good plays by the Wildcat defense to maintain just a 1-goal deficit while the ball's down here. You're not going to put pressure on the entire game. It's okay to play smart defense and then pick your times. Good spin move by the Irish. That pass gets into the box. Fortunately, Yen Lee is in a great position to clear it. Bartels can't quite win that one. They're going to be fired right back into the middle by the Irish. Clever little move there. Trying to get a shot well defended by both Waldrop and Ganji.
I don't know if you can see it on the, not sure we can see it on the screen, but the middle of the field is so open. I mean, if the Wildcats get this ball, they've got, I'd love to see that player, you know, the forward who's near the 35-yard line. I'd like to see her more central so that they can play the ball to her and she'll be able to then distribute.
And the danger is if it comes out and it doesn't go over the heads of those last Rosemount players, they're wide open at about 20, 25 yards out for a shot. Rosemount wins that one on the far touch. They've got the ball looking to get it across. They got a girl wide open on the far post. She's standing there all by herself. Yen Lee stuck guarding two girls. We'll see what happens here. Fortunately, the Wildcats defend it well. Now they can regroup. Checking back for the Wildcats. Defender falls down for Rosemount. I think she just fell on her own, it looked like. Logan's got it. She's got an opportunity to go deep with it if she can. She puts on a move. Now she's looking for a teammate. This one's going to be deflected off. Hecht comes off her line.
Well, she had Riley streaking free and clear, but Logan's eyes were down. That's unfortunate. She had Riley on the far side. If she just picked up her eyes quickly, she would have seen Riley had nobody in front of her.
A good run by Riley. Good play by Ella Logan to get possession and allow the Wildcat defense and midfielders to push up and get out of their own zone. Unfortunately, we couldn't take advantage with a possible counterattack as we're down to the last 14 seconds here of the first half. Of course, Eagan needs to do that and make sure that nothing crazy happens here at the end. And that's going to do it for the first half. A well-played first half by both teams. the number 1 seed, the 3rd ranked team in the state, the Rosemount Irish, with a goal by junior midfielder Ava Great. The only goal of the game. They lead 1-0 over the Eagan Wildcats, the number 2 seed. For Nathan Cron, my name is Skip Newton. We will be back in just under 10 minutes for the second half. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. Welcome back to Wildcat Stadium in Eagan, Minnesota. It is the Section 3 AAA championship game between the number 1 seed Rosemount Irish and the Eagan Wildcats, the number 2 seed. My name is Skip Newton, joined as always by Nathan Cron. It's a 1-0 lead by the Irish. They scored a goal from about 30 yards out by Ava Great, the junior midfielder. That is the only goal of the game. It's been a good game, Nathan. And what do the Wildcats need to do to get back into this one?
Well, the Wildcats are going to, if they're going to score, they're going to score a dirty goal. It's not going to be a thing of beauty. It's going to be a rebound. It's going to be a flick. It's going to be a tap. It's going to be a fumbled ball. Something's going to have to break right for them. If they can continue to play great defense, they have an opportunity. And right now, Skip, we're actually joined by one of the boys players, one of the Eagan High School boys players, senior captain Nicholas Cron. The boys were eliminated, of course, and we'll let you talk to Skip a little bit here, talk a little bit about this game that you've seen out here. The boys were eliminated in the semifinals. What have you seen out here tonight for these girls, Nick?
You know what? Coming out of this, out of the start and out of the gate, the girls, they showed some toughness. I mean, the goal that was scored was a little unlucky, but, I mean, they kept pushing. Their heads weren't down. They kept going. And right now, I think the Wildcats, all they need to do is get a couple lucky ones and move that ball up the field.
So as a captain on a varsity team, what are they talking about at halftime? Down 1-0, playing against a really good, Rosemount Irish team. What's the conversation going on the sidelines in between the two halves?
Skip, what I would probably be hearing right now from Sherry Ekstrom would be, we're hanging with them right now, and not even hanging with them. We're applying some pressure on them. We got a couple corner kicks in the first half. You know what? Toward the end of the half, I think the Wildcats were looking good right there, showing some dominance. And if they keep doing this and keep pushing, I think they're going to get one. And I think keeping the heads high and the morale high will keep doing well for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and what we've talked about a lot in the first half is when you play a team that's got the offensive firepower, of Rosemount with the 85 goals coming into tonight, is you really can't leave them with space. You have to pressure them at all times, and so far that's been mostly the case. I think the Wildcats have done a really good job of that all over the field. But now, down 1-0, you're down to the last, 39 minutes of play. They need to generate a goal, obviously. So do you think the strategy should be any different? They've been playing a lot to the corners. Do you think they should keep doing that? Or what could they possibly do differently to get more good shots?
You know what, Skip? I think what Wildcats are doing well in the first half was getting into the corners. Because, playing to the corners and playing a long ball, with the pace of Lauren Rockford, Ella Logan, and the other forwards up top, it's pretty good right now. And when you're keeping it wide, the goalie can't come out and get the ball. So by playing those corner balls, you're really spreading out the Rosemount back line, and that's how the Eagan Wildcats are going to get one here.
Of course, what Eagan does need to continue to do is play good defense and keep the ball out of the net. There is a great scoring chance by the Irish, but well defended by the Wildcats. They got penetration, but unable to get a shot on goal. But still a deep throw in here as both teams come out in the second half with the same intensity as they had in the first half. Another clear here, and here's Rockford. Wins that one. She can tip it back to this one. It's a goal. There's a goal-scoring chance. One-on-one here, and we've got a call of offside. Offside. That had to be close because it looked like Ella Logan was on the last defender, and we talked earlier about an interesting formation. They don't play a 4 flat back. They play the 3 and then a sweeper behind that has its pluses and minuses, of course. Big kick here for the Irish. Interesting, Heimerall taking that kick. Usually she's way up at forward. Looks like they've moved her back on the field, perhaps to play a little more defensively. An interesting change as Heimerall was putting pressure on all half long. And now she draws the foul, much to the chagrin of the Eagan faithful.
Yeah, right there. I think she's looking for a little contact right there. She knows that she has 2 girls on her. She knows that she's going to go down. She sells it right there. And you know what? I don't know if that's a foul in my book.
Not the first time we've called that out for Heimerall. A good heady player. Had one earlier that my broadcast partner thought might have been a little suspect, and she went with it, but well played. We're going to get a corner kick here for the Irish. So what's next? You're senior, you're Eagan soccer career is over, but I happen to know that you're not one of those kids that sits around on the couch and does nothing. You stay pretty active. What's next for you?
No, yeah. So soccer season ending took a toll on me, but pushing through the next thing, and next up is high school hockey season. So I'm ready for that. Captain's practice is going on right now, and I'm really excited for what the Wildcats have this winter.
I'll admit I haven't been to as many hockey games as I'd like, but I'm going to check that out. Who knows? Maybe I'll get to even call one from the stands. It'd be a lot of fun. It should be a good atmosphere, I would assume. A lot of people attend those games, and talked about that earlier. The atmosphere here tonight is exhilarating. It's amazing. A lot of fun to see all these these students and all these fans and the band, and rumor has it the mascot's wandering around close.
Yeah, he's been getting a little rowdy tonight. You'll love to see it.
Another corner kick. All right, well, hey, Nicholas, good luck to you in the hockey season. I appreciated so much watching you, play for the varsity boys team, the soccer. I mean, just you had a great season. You're just a fun player to watch, and I really appreciate everything you did for the club.
Thank you. Means a lot, Skip. All right, give this back to Nathan.
Meanwhile, London Anderson takes the punt here. The Wildcats trying to get the game-time goal. We've got just over 5 minutes gone here the second half as they pass it across to open space. This is Bartels looking to line up a shot potentially. I'm sorry, that was Jensen, Mallory Jensen, my bad. She goes deep. Rockford's got it, getting it on her right foot. Going to go back to Jensen. Crosses to the middle. Unfortunately, Rosemount wins that, but they can't control a near turnover right in the box. Eagan almost able to steal that one right from under their noses. That would have been a huge play there.
Oh, nice play that time by the Wildcats. They can't turn the ball over, though. They cannot do that. I mean, it's the margin of error against a team like Rosemount is so small. You just can't do it.
Nice play by Logan to win that one, checking back. But she has to go all the way back to Yen Lee. She plays it near the far touch. This is Hobbs down to Logan. Some nice passing to open space by the Wildcats. Logan going deep. A perfectly executed slide tackle there by the Irish. Kicking it out of bounds. This time kicking it out the touch for just a throw-in. Yen Lee will take that deep in the far corner.
Said Edgar, one of the senior captains for the Irish.
Good pressure there by the Irish to prevent a cross. And now they're breaking out for a counterattack. Temporarily slowed down by the Wildcats. Well played. That's that pressure we're talking about, always being on the ball. Eagan steps up but can't make this play. Irish have numbers about 4 on now 6. Wildcats hustle back. They break into the box. Shot low and hard, but London Anderson gets at least one hand on that, and that's typically enough. And we've talked a lot about the statistics for the Irish and how great it's been. While the Wildcats, the goal scoring has been, the thing that's probably held them back for a few more wins. They do have 33 goals this season in 18 games, but only 17 against coming in with 9 shutouts. And that, less than a goal per game, that's as evidence tonight here. I mean, Rosemount has 1 goal so far. Eagan's playing great defense.
Well, they're playing great defense. I think the question now is can they transition into offense? Can they take and go from playing great defense into that counterattack?
The one thing that I've seen differently in this game from the last time is I remember us talking about last game where we played the long ball up, trying to get it to the forwards consistently, and it didn't work all game long. Like, every time we played a long ball, Rosemount was right there to win it and punch it back. It seems like tonight the forwards are checking back and winning those balls a lot. It's not just coming straight down into a Rosemount defender. The forward, whether it's Ella Logan and Lauren Rockford have been the 2 main ones, they're right there to at least contest it and either flick it in the corner or win possession.
Yeah, both of them, both Logan and Rockford, are playing a lot with their back to the goal. There are 3 defenders, 2 of them, and they're playing with their backs to the goal quite a lot. And I'd like to see the midfielders. I'm not sure if it's Riley or Enning or whomever, but somebody needs to make a run off of that to create offense, because expecting those two players to, by themselves, get the ball down and turn and throw it across is going to be a challenge.
Oh, here's a shot opportunity and a great save. London Anderson, there was a girl all alone coming in just past the far post. A beautiful cross by Rosemount. There were two Rosemount players and only one Eagan defender. She defended the first one. Unfortunately, the ball was just sitting there all by itself. And London Anderson, at least as of now, making a save to keep Eagan in the game. There will be a corner kick for the Irish. Played up and high into the box. Headed straight up, it looked like, by an Eagan defender. Well done. I think that was Ganji. Irish track this down. Close to the near touch, looking to make a play down in the corner. Watched by Kirsten Lee. Oh, the ball gets passed. Unfortunately, London Anderson, and the shot goes straight to her. London Anderson down on the ground, and the ball ended up right on her, and she scooped it up. Another big defensive play and goalkeeping play by the Wildcats to keep within one goal.
Anderson absolutely living right there, Skip, no question about that. But the Wildcat defenses can't let that happen. You can't let the cross come in, and when the ball falls like that, you've got to do something to clear it immediately. You have to step to it.
So we're down to 30 minutes left. Obviously a lot of time, and it will become a point where if neither team can score another goal, we're going to get to a stage where Eagan's going to have to start being a little more risky, taking a little more chances. Maybe even they switch a formation. At what point of the game do you think Coach Ekstrom instructs her team that, okay, it's time to really take chances, and if we give up a second goal, then so be it, but we have to score?
Yeah, I don't think the time's there yet, Skip. I would say in the last 18 minutes of the game. I would say in the last 16 to 18 minutes of the game is when I'm going to start really throwing bodies forward, because until then, I'm 1-0 with number 3 ranked Irish. We're playing well, although that ball, again, I'm not sure who that ball was to.
I love the space. Unfortunately, it was just space, and on turf, that ball's just going to keep rolling. But yeah, it's too bad nobody from Eagan was running onto that. That would have been a great ball if we were making that play.
Well, that's a perfect example, though. I mean, that's a situation where the Wildcats need to play. They need to move and give their teammates options.
Another long throw. Just a rocket throw in there.
Heimerl can do more than just dribble the ball.
Yeah, just a complete player. And really, that's evidenced too by the overall statistics. I mean, we talk about the leading goal scorer, 14 goals, but she has 18 assists as well. So clearly, she's setting up her teammates.
It's a situation where Hobbs, Jensen, and Riley have got to be very active in the midfield.
Waldrop heads that one. A near shot by the Irish, but cleared quickly out by the Wildcats as it's at midfield now. Rosemount looking to reform their attack down the far touch. All played out, but we're going to have a foul, I think, at the 40. Unfortunately, a free kick for the Irish. A closely called game, I would say, for the most part, other than handballs.
Yeah, we've seen at least 3 or 4 handballs that we're scratching our heads over up here. But yeah, I would say generally, I would say it's been a little too close, if I'm honest. I think there have been a couple of fouls where a player's looking to go to ground and the referee's rewarding her, and I don't think that should happen. Not in a section final.
Ball headed and then flicked out. Well played by the Wildcats. Rosemount trying to control a long pass on the ground. Purposely let go, I believe, by the Irish there, assuming that she could race towards it. A good effort there, but the ball was just moving a little too fast for her. A creative play.
Substitution for the Wildcats. Back into the game. Number 14, Ellery Bartels.
Ellery Bartels coming into the game for Mallory Jensen.
Just over 26 minutes left in the half, and time is going to start working against these Wildcats. They're going to have to start being very decisive and very aggressive.
Rosemount, well played to keep that in, even though they didn't have to. That would have been their throwing, but nice little spin move. It midfield shielding the ball. Egan's able to tap that one away, but this one's going to go out nearly into the student section.
Referee was starting to reach for his whistle there on that spin, and that shield by Heimerl, and it's another situation where, again, I understand as a referee you want to protect good players, but it's not a foul.
Bartels has it. She's going to left foot this one down the line. Checking back is Logan. Logan going to get called for a trip. A lot of calls here. Unfortunately, not going the way of the team in white. I love the aggressiveness checking back to that by Logan.
Well, I think, I'm frustrated, honestly, on that call because I think Logan, I think that's a 50-50. Logan went down too.
Shot is blocked by Eagan. Played down in the corner by the Irish. Double team there quickly. Leaving no space was Bartels and Kirsten Lee teaming up.
Irish doing a nice job of taking a lot of time here on every throw. Doing a nice job taking it into the corner, for instance, not even taking it towards the penalty area.
One thing we should mention is definitely a shorter bench here tonight for the Wildcats than what we've grown accustomed to recently. Of course, coming into the game, injuries to senior midfielder captain Megan Carlson has been questionable with the ankle. Not sure if she was even healthy enough to play, but we haven't seen her yet, so I'm assuming not. And Kylie Weisendonner, a freshman midfielder, not able to play as well. But we've definitely seen fewer changes as a whole, and to be expected in a tight, tough contest like this one. Now Eagan moving the ball down the field with a couple of throws. Another long one looking to get that past that first line of defense by the Irish. Good pressure from behind there. Unfortunately, wide open teammate. Now they're going to pass that up the line. That's deflected away by the Wildcats. Errant pass, but fortunately goes back to Ganji. She's got it. Nice little short pass here. Back to Ganji. She's going to play it up into space. Let's see who can win this one. Race by Ella Logan. Unfortunately, Hecht comes off her line to play that. That ball needed to be more to the outside, more close to the near touch and away from Hecht.
It's a good idea. It just didn't quite come off, did it, Skip?
Yeah, and Logan definitely had the speed to get there first, although I think the defender knew that Hecht had it and probably let up. Rosemount's pass intercepted by Ganji. This one's played out of bounds for an Eagan throw.
Now, I will be interested to see what Coach Ekstrom does if this score holds up for the next 5 or 6 minutes. What will Coach Ekstrom do to throw all hands forward? Will we see a third forward? Will we see 3 at the back? What will we see?
Oh, Eagan got away with not marking up there as there was a girl wide open close to the 18. Unfortunately, her first touch betrayed her, and Eagan was able to recover. So a bit of a break there for the Wildcats.
Shots officially 11-1 in favor of the Irish. That's not going to get it done, Skip Newton. The Wildcats have got to get some balls on Hecht. Make her make saves. That's the only way they're going to climb back into this game.
Throw in from Heimerall. Long throw into the box. Bartels is there to clear that one temporarily out of harm's way. Unfortunately, Rosemount's got this one. They're going to fire a long shot. That one's blocked. A lot of blocked shots by the Wildcats, which is what you want to see. It means your defenses and your midfielders are getting in front of those balls. They're not letting it get to net, which is important.
Bartels fired it out. She didn't have anybody, as Rosemount takes a substantial amount of time to take this throw, but Bartels had nobody to go to. She's trying to clear it, but everybody's standing around and no one's screaming, give it to me, or out.
Long throw, Rosemount controls, but can't get a shot. Play it out of the box. Wildcats. Unfortunately, Rosemount controls that, but well defended there by Kirsten Lee. She's got Ganji. She's going to play it up the line, but straight to a Rosemount Irish player who drops it into the middle. Give and go there. Kate Cron stepping up nicely, clearing that up. See if the Wildcats can get some sort of an attack here. They play it deep. Unfortunately, there's that sweeper right there for that long ball. That's why those long balls are so hard, because there's always that girl just another 10 yards back, and I think she's going to keep creeping back more and more, protecting that 1-goal lead. Olivia Enning replacing Ella Logan. Kirsten Lee on the near touch with the throw. Booted.
Sorry, Skip. I was going to say, we want to see Lee go deep down the sideline, as deep as she can go here, because there's nothing short. There's nothing short.
Oh, ball just gets under Enning. Lee has no other recourse there but to deflect that pass out of play. Nice passing play there by the Irish to control that off the throw-in there on the near touch. Try to play it past Ganji, but
some great foot skills by Great there. Did I say some great foot skills by Great? Yes, I said that. I didn't even pick up on that, but oh well. I guess if you got to go full dad jokes, you might as well do it.
Here's Rockford trying to win that one. She can't. Kate Cron on the far side sidesteps a Rosemount defender. Now she's going to go up and over the top. We'll see if Rockford can create something with her speed. Wisely played out by the Irish defense so they can regroup, but a quick restart by Cron. She's going to throw it deep near the box. That one's intercepted by the Irish. Gets by Ganji. Now one touch. Kirsten Lee, and here's a potential race into the open field. Kirsten Lee can't quite catch up. She's trying to hold it from behind. She's going to shoot, and a great save by London Anderson. She had the angle. There's a rebound. Right there is Brecklin. A fantastic play by London Anderson, holding this game still 1-0. But potential game-saving play. London Anderson way off the line, cutting off that angle.
And a great play by Lee to not give up on that play. She absolutely did everything she could to make life difficult on the Rosemount player. Nicely done. Now finally a foul on the Rosemount Irish, their first of the second half. Played over half the half. This is their first foul against the Irish here in the second half.
So this might be an opportunity where, because you can kick it deep, do you put more girls down and try to get something out of this free kick? We'll see. Goes all the way near the 18. Bounces around like a pinball machine. Eagan tried to play it down the line, but Cron did not have position for that pass. Well played by the Irish. Now they've got it 2-on-3 and looking for numbers. Check back is Kirsten Lee. Doesn't win it, but slows her down. I'm sorry, that was Bartels. This is Lee. Lee gets shoved to the ground, no call. She's going to misplay that one, as now the Irish are coming down in the near touch. Defended by the Wildcats. They pass back, look to regroup. They're going to toss that one into the box. Oh, here's a good left-footed shot. Fortunately, it's well defended. She couldn't get anything on it. Anderson scoops up another save. The shot's mounting for Rosemount.
Well, they've moved Heimerl back up from an outside mid position to a forward position, and she's really having her way here on the right side of the formation. Wildcats are going to have to do something here to create some opportunities, some offense.
A steal at midfield could maybe do that. She's going to go straight down the field. Here's a chance for Rockford. Can she win the ball? She gets cut off. Hecht comes off her line again. That pass either needs to be a little bit slower or it needs to be the outside. Hecht is not going to stay shy and stay on her line whatsoever. An exceptional goalkeeper. Chipped up by the Irish. Cron pressured from behind. She turns, kicks it off the Irish forward. Well played. That's good heady defense there, controlling the ball and then winning possession. We're going to have a substitution. Rockford probably needs a break.
How many lung-busting runs of 30 yards can you make before you need a quick sip? Although, as a senior captain, I'm betting she's going to be back in before this in the last 10 minutes.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So into the game is number 20, I believe, Angelina Illyria Yin. Nice play by Kira Waldrop. Long ball, unfortunately, that one's deflected by Wildcats. That one just needed to go down the touch, and they had Kate Riley there.
it's like we talked about in the first half, Skip. If the Wildcats can put together 5 or 6 quality passes in the midfield, in the middle of the field, I think they'll have an opportunity potentially to try to push the ball up hit those runs away from Hecht. But right now, if you can't put 3 or 4 passes together in the midfield, it's going to be very hard to move the ball up the field against these Rosemount Irish.
They haven't been using the corners as effectively in the second half as they did in the first half. I don't know if Rosemount has adjusted or if we're just not executing correctly, but it seems like that's been missing this half, are those runs down to the deep corners. That ball just barely out of play. Deflected up and over. Unfortunately, Rosemount's there. They're going to take a shot. This one's going to go nice and high and wide. So it'll be a goal kick for the Wildcats as we come up on the final 15 minutes and 15 seconds.
And I think the Wildcats are going to be doing some things here they probably want to get here in the next 5 minutes for certain. They want to, the last 10 minutes, they don't want to have to sub. They want to get the players they want on for the last 10 minutes. I think now is the time, Skip Newton, when the Wildcats are going to start taking chances, throwing players forward, doing whatever they can do to try to push for a goal.
Into the game, Mallory Jensen came back in, replaced Ellery Bartels. Ganji's going to give this one a ride. This one's up. It's 1-on-2. Kate Riley being the one. Unfortunately, she was surrounded by Irish, which is a lot of fun on March 17th, but unfortunately not here on the soccer field. Ganji's there. Good shield with the ball. Push from behind. Ball drop. Brecklin. Boot to the far touch. Here's Yin. Can she control and make a move? Unfortunately, off of her and out of play. She could have tapped that one past the defender. That could have been an interesting foot race.
There needs to be a little more anticipation for the Wildcats. I think the only way, as we said, the only way the Wildcats are going to get a goal here is if it's a dirty or kind of one of those kinds of goals. And we see a foul here against the Irish. Only their second foul here of the second half. So big opportunity.
Yeah, this one's closer down. I think this is where you put a little more eggs in the basket, if you will. Not all of your eggs, but you can see right now there are no Wildcat players that aren't past the 30-yard line. The only one being the kicker, and that looks like it's Waldrop. She's going to put this one in as close as she can. Oh, she puts that one on goal. It's a long, hard shot. Unfortunately, about 3 yards short. A good blast there by Waldrop, forcing Hecht to make the play. I actually like the shot. You never know if she misplays it, you get a rebound. I mean, all the girls were crashing. I mean, they just got to throw everything they can on at net at this point. You can't be choosy on your shot selection. Of course, part of the deal is that the Rosemount defense playing exceptionally well, just not letting anything through.
Well, and they're taking care of the ball, right? I mean, they are taking care of the ball, and they're doing whatever they can. And I think we're going to have, yep. We're going to give, they'll be stop the clock, and this is going to be the last warning here by the referee to the Irish for time wasting. And I think that's a good call. I mean, she held that ball for quite some time and then decided, oh, you take the throw. So it's a veteran move by the Irish. It's what you do when you're ahead 1-0, and the referee he did exactly what he's supposed to do. He cautioned the team, and now we're playing.
Nice clear out by Brecklin to open space. Riley trying to chase that down along with Kirsten Lee. This one's trouble. Wildcats well defended by Cron. Perfectly positioned her body to shield it out. Oh, and here's one that goes right into the middle. Definitely not where Kirsten Lee wanted that one to go. Fortunately, the header goes straight to London Anderson. London Anderson having, I'm going to say it, having the best game of the season that I have seen personally. You know, she's had many shutouts. We talked about it 9, but the save she made, this game could easily be another 2 or 3 goals for the Irish.
And the Wildcats are going to have to get some sort of, like right there you saw, players playing the ball but not helping each other out, not giving each other balls that they can do something with, and it's going to be necessary here in the last 10 minutes of the game.
They switch throwers again. They're going to throw it deep and not even put it in play. So a missed throw there. Got some substitutions here for the Wildcats, like you suggested before the 10-minute mark. Back into the game, Ella Logan and Lauren Rockford.
If they can get the ball outside the football hash marks to Rockford and Logan, they can make a run and have a chance to get to the ball away from Hecht. The other thing is, Hecht is she's 25 yards off her line.
Rockford's got it. Eagan pushing up aggressively. Rockford trying to make a speed move down the far side. She's tripped with a... Wow, no call on the slide tackle.
Eagan has to keep playing. Here's a quick chance to throw the ball in.
Big throw there. Headed out by the Irish. Can Eagan win this one and punch it back in? Ganji's got it, but she's moving the wrong direction. Really tough to do that. Well played. Back to Waldrop. This is where she can go to corner if the girl's breaking. Plays it shorter, but no one's there to win. Oh, it's flicked over Waldrop's head. Well played. Now it's off to the races. Waldrop going to switch positions temporarily with Sarah Brecklin. Nice job. Good team defense there. That's exactly what you do on defense.
Oh, great. Was off to the races. Nicely done by Brecklin.
Three-man game over here by the Irish, trying to work it down in the corner.
Wildcats have got to start trying to take the ball. They can't. Not sure what the situation is.
Kirsten Lee's hurt. She was limping significantly there. So something happened with Lee.
Yeah, the Wildcats at this point have got to stop. It's not enough to play the ball out, right, Skip? I mean, it's not enough to just play it safe, play it out. Now you've got to take the ball and reverse the field and go up the field. Hecht is well off her line. She's 25, 30 yards off her line when the ball's in our end, in the Wildcat end. If the Wildcats can get the ball and throw it high and deep into the corners, they're going to have a chance because Hecht is well out of position when the ball's in our half.
So the injury timeout here allows the teams to huddle up. We got a few Rosemount players at the football 10. Eagan huddling right at kind of near the touch here, but the rest of the Rosemount Irish heading over for a water break. A little bit of coaching from the sidelines there, taking advantage of the break. Fortunately, Lee is up and walking on her own power. Not sure what happened there, if it was something twisted or if it was a cramp. She'll come out of the game. So now we're seeing a substitution. You know, Lee comes out of the game.
Hobbs comes in?
I believe it was Kate Riley coming into the game.
Kate Riley.
So
okay. So it looks like the Wildcats are now going to go 3 at the back, Skip. It looks like they'll have Brecklin in the middle with Waldrop and Cron on the outside, and they're going to push Riley up. They're going to have 3 forwards. 3 in the midfield.
So we're under 10 minutes to play.
4 in the midfield.
Eagan has to do something to get more pressure. They're going to put another forward up. Of course, the customary big throw by Heimerall. Eagan needs to tap this one out. They do. Somehow that gets underneath him. That looked like it was an offside. Yep, she was past the last defender when the ball was kicked and then came back to play it. So just not quite aware of her surroundings. That very commonly happens when the ball is played back and after it's been deep. Big kick by Waldrop. Bounces past the Irish. Eagan controlling. They're going to give another long ball, probably switching fields. Nicely done by Waldrop. Flick there by Ganji. Let's see if something can happen here. Here's a run. I'm sorry, that was Riley. Here's a potential shot opportunity. She takes one touch. Let's see what she does here. Takes another. Looking to create something. Goes in the middle. Here's a negative pass. Unfortunately, Rosemount was there to cut it off. Not quite to feet. It needed to be a perfect pass. And I think that's the situation where I would like to see, you've got some numbers in. Fire that ball in the middle and see what happens. We can't look for the perfect shot and pass anymore.
Yeah, Wildcats can't wait. With less than 9 minutes to go here in this game, they cannot wait. They have to get shots on net. And that time the negative pass just wasn't, and again, it just wasn't good. Wasn't quite good enough. The player wasn't expecting it.
Eagan needed another flick there to get it deeper. Once again, they've switched from their customary 4 flat back to just 3 back. They're going with an extra attacker, trying to get that game-tying goal. But right now they need possession, and they need to get it down into the Rosemount end by any means necessary.
Shot. Oh, forgive me,
I was going to
Skip.
say whether that's a foul at the middle of the field or something. We're going to have a yellow card caution here. I think this might be another delay.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And the Rosemount player is going to have to leave the field. Let's see here. That's number 16. That's Gilbertson. She's going to have to leave the field. I will admit, I like the fact that the referees are watching that closely in a section final game. Clearly.
Ball centered, unfortunately, straight to Rosemount. The shot goes straight to London Anderson for another save. She's going to wait just a couple of ticks, let her team get down, then she's going to deliver one to midfield. This one's going to take a nice big hop. Egan's there. They head. Unfortunately, nobody told Enning that she was alone, and she could have controlled that to feet. Here's an opportunity for the Wildcats. We're going to have a hold or a push. Interesting call there. She might have been holding her, and I couldn't see it. It was shielded from my angle.
Wildcats have got to be smart here. They can't. It's a challenge, I know, but you can't. You have to be very intentional in what you're doing. We can't commit fouls because every foul is 30 seconds.
Oh, that's a great play by Waldrop. She should make a run. There's no reason for her to punt this quickly. If she's got space, she's got to go right in the middle of the field. She's going to go down to the corner, and she couldn't quite get it there. That would have been one where I wanted to see Enning screaming for the ball at midfield. Jensen wins this, goes right through a defender, doing her best Derrick Henry impersonation. Here's a tip deep, and here's a chance for Ella Logan. She's shielded off the ball. This game's getting exciting and physical at the same time. Well played by both teams, responding to the intensity. Now Kate Cron's going to give it a ride. She doesn't get enough of it. Oh, ball bounces right off of a Rosemount player. They have a near side girl here. Cron with great defense. She played the ball. No call there. There shouldn't be. Perfectly played. Going to go deep, but they can't get it over the head again. They need to get that over the head of the defender. They cannot play it straight to that girl. They're just going to punch it right back in. Cron's got space. I don't know if she realizes it. Nice step by Rockford. She should look to shoot if she can. She's going to tip it forward to Logan. Logan can't quite win it. Good pressure there by Eagan to force the deep throw. 6 minutes to play. Section 3 AAA Championship. Rosemount clinging to a 1-0 lead. The winner goes on to the state tournament.
Passes are becoming very quick. The Wildcats are looking to flick things to their teammates. They're not holding on to the ball for very long. They're looking to move the ball quickly.
If Kira Waldrop has a 40-yard throw-in in her arsenal, now's the time. Ooh, that was a good one. Eagan trying to get some possession here to win in an attempt to get a shot.
Wildcats have got to lock the Irish in here. Irish have to find a way to break this out. It'll take a few seconds here to set this up. Ball's going to come well up the line.
Well played by Waldrop. Right into the midsection of Rosemount. Fortunately, it's deflected to Eagan. Now they're just going to play this one deep. Brecklin is there. Well played. Doesn't seem like a big play by Brecklin, but if that gets by her, that's another 15, 20 seconds easy off the clock. Nice control here. Waldrop's going to give it a ride. Deflected by Eagan. Unfortunately, in the air a couple times. Cron can win this one with her feet. She's got plenty of time. She can settle it. She can take a look.
Serve it in.
She's got a chance. She should serve this one in, and she does. Unfortunately, straight to Rosemount here. It's won by Eagan, but they can't control it to feet. One-on-one. This is dangerous. Brecklin well played. Nice job by the referee getting out of the way. Goes right between the legs of the Irish. Back outside, unfortunately out of play. Oh, deflected by the Irish. My bad. Break there for the Wildcats. We're down to 4:15. I think you're not going to see any substitutions left unless absolutely necessary. Waldrop with a big throw into the box. Rosemount comes out of that with the ball, tap back to the Irish. This one's going to go over the head of Brecklin and stay in play. She's got to be careful with this. She's got to go right on her. Well played. That is a perfect ball by Brecklin. Anderson didn't get as much of that, I think, as she would have liked. This is the danger of when you're pressing to score, is you leave yourself in a counterattack position. But nicely played by Eagan. Enning has it now. Oh, she can't get it past the defender. 3.5 to go. Eagan needs to find possession, need to pressure the ball here.
Absolutely.
They can't let Rosemount play with it.
I'm not sure why there should be, every Rosemount player should have an Eagan player within 3 feet of her. Every single one when they have the ball.
Yeah, if you don't pressure, there's no reason why she's not going to just stand there with it. Here's Yen Lee coming into the game. We've seen Yen Lee many times. She is quite aggressive at making runs up the line and creative. I think that's probably the substitution strategy there by Ekstrom. Nicely played by the Irish with the head. Lee's going to do a quick throw. Under 3 minutes left. Irish in the mood to play everything deep. They're not going to take chances here.
Smart play by the Irish. You know, I mean, why try to possess? Why not just pound it deep and see what happens?
You know, oh, here's a deep ball by Ganji, but that's going to be too deep. Ganji just got a little too much of it. Hecht been eager to come off her line, doing it well all game long. She plays that well. What I was going to say is, you never want to see a team, nursing a 1-goal lead get too defensive too early, because that can really lead to problems if you let the other team get consistent pressure. But when you're down at this point in the game, you absolutely play smart defensive soccer, and you try to hold on to that lead. You're perfectly fine winning a 1-0 game. You don't want to see a tie.
Wildcats can't go back to their back line like that. They've got to go forward. They have. I think, there needs to be some recognition here that the ball's got to go forward.
Waldrop's got it. We're down under 2 minutes left. Logan has it, passes to the middle, but Rosemount had possession and position. Here's Waldrop again. Long throw. Played down the line almost perfectly by Jensen. The Eagan student body trying to get their team pumped up. Less than 90 seconds to go. Waldrop unable to save that. Well played by the Irish. Now they're going to take their time throwing this in. We are down to the final 60 seconds of play. A long throw in here, and by long I mean she took her time. I'm surprised that wasn't another caution.
Wildcats have got to help Jensen out there. They've got to help her out by giving her a drop so she can get the ball off her feet quickly.
Oh, that's a great play by the Irish, punching that one deep. Brecklin's smart to chase that one down. Egan's desperate to do something here to get the ball just down in the Irish end for some form of a shot. Struggling to get it down there.
Wildcats need to go faster.
Rosemount, if they're smart, they just keep playing it out of bounds or up in the air like that'll work. Brecklin plays it up. Here's a final chance for Bartels, and she's going to have to move it quickly. She does. Down in the midfield. Unfortunately, it looks like Hecht is going to get there first. That is going to be the end of the season for the Wildcats. The Rosemount Irish scoring 1 goal in the first half on a beautiful shot by Ava Great, and they hold on for a 1-0 lead. A huge congratulations to both teams for a well-played game.
That was certainly a very entertaining game. Both teams brought something to that game. The shots, the shots are certainly lopsided. The Rosemount Irish are a wonderful team, very talented, and they're going to be good for a long time. But what I appreciate about the Wildcats is the way they could have folded up. They could have gone home. They could have said, we're out of this game. We're going to try to score against a team that that has given up only a handful of goals. Instead, the Wildcats battled to the last handful of seconds. If you're an Eagan supporter, you're proud of the team. If you're an Irish supporter, you're proud of your team, and you're going to state.
Yeah. Rosemount was definitely the better team, the favored team coming into tonight. I mean, like we said, 17-1 record, 85 goals scored, 5 against, number 3 team in the state, and they earned it. They played a great game. But let's not undervalue what the Wildcats did here tonight. They absolutely came out, they competed, they played hard, they put some pressure on. They only gave up 1 goal, and I know it's so disappointing. And of course, for the seniors, they're going to be emotional, they're going to be upset. But I think you can walk off the field feeling a lot better about how you played, knowing that you played them a good game and it wasn't like a 4-0 game like earlier this season.
That's right. I think that's absolutely right, Skip. The game was clearly, the game was clearly much more competitive, much closer, much more exciting. Even though the Wildcats didn't have that many great scoring opportunities, but the ball was in the Rosemount end from time to time. And so I think compared to what we had earlier this year, which was a complete pasting by the Rosemount Irish, when they played in the regular season. But now tonight, the Wildcats have demonstrated that they're not going to go away. They're going to keep battling. Tough for the seniors, and of course, after a particular period of time, the underclassmen, the juniors, seniors, sophomores, freshmen on this team will take stock and we'll get ready for next season.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure to be with you all season long, broadcasting all the home games. A huge shout-out to Eagan TV. You guys are the best. We love doing the games. And, Nathan, do we know the broadcast crew?
Yeah, it's Dylan Straub and Nick Mudd. Thanks, guys, for getting us in and being here. This is our last broadcast of the season, of course, Skip. So thanks very much for putting up with me in the booth. I really do appreciate it.
No, man, it's been a pleasure having you with me, and I absolutely look forward to next season and doing this all over again. So once again, from Wildcat Stadium here in Eagan, Minnesota, the Rosemount Irish, the winners with a 1-0 victory, moving on to the state tournament. Congratulations to the Rosemount Irish. Eagan with a great season and a great game here tonight, just came up a little short, losing 1-0. They will be moving on next year, getting ready for next year already, but a well-played game all around. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We appreciate it. For Nathan Cron, for Eagan TV, my name is Skip Newton. Have a wonderful night, everybody.